So I get a private message from one of our members in the chat room. I think it was on Friday, telling me about a guy who runs another room, a big room actually, several hundred people in it, who took home $100,000 loss, like went home overnight with it because refusing to take a loss, adding to losing positions, and so on. I think he said the guy was short GLYC and adding to it as it was going higher or whatever. And I've made those mistakes in the past too, but I don't anymore because I've decided that trading, years ago I decided that trading can't be gambling. It has to be a methodical process. Okay, so it made me think, you know what, I need to talk a little bit about equity curves in my videos. And so I'm showing you mine right now. I went back like 6 weeks, and you can see at the bottom is number of trades. So each one of these down ticks is just a red trade. It's not, these aren't days. And then this is my equity. And this is just going back from, like I said, about 6 weeks. So this is just this is the view, this is the look that a professional trader's equity curve should have. Okay? Shouldn't be, and I imagine the guy that I got that private message about, who runs a room with maybe 500 people or more, I imagine his equity curve is more like all over the place, big losses, big gains, and so on. And that's, to me, that's the equity curve of a gambler. I've been there. I get it. I'm not taking shots at anybody, but I am a little surprised that somebody like that is running a room because, in my opinion, okay, not in my opinion, it's just a fact, you really want to learn the art of day trading from somebody with a steady equity curve. Right here, this is a picture of somebody who's figured it out, right? I can't emphasize that enough. So having said that, we're running a Memorial Day special. So go to the website and check it out because we've got a combo lifetime membership to the chat room and our trading course. And everything you see in this equity curve is me employing every single day exactly what we teach in the course. So if you're following someone who's all over the map like that, you should probably step back and say, is this the type of person who is really qualified to teach somebody how to become a professional day trader? All right. So let's go into the watch list for Monday. And I don't have a very big list. The SPY, after getting decimated, Wednesday, is kind of retraced most of that between Thursday and Friday. So, the market's a little more fearful. And again, that's a good thing for day traders. So here's what I have going into Monday for my watch list. I got to zoom in to show you this one. So XGTI, 25 million shares on Tuesday. And, remember the day before Tuesday closed, it closed at $1.45, then gapped up, and over the course of one session and the beginning of the next session, ran up to 229. So that's a really nice percentage gain, right? Then you had the red day, another red day, and kind of one of those equilibrium days on Friday. This thing is certainly, in my opinion, after this big move and sellers came in and now we're starting to get lower volume, this thing is primed for another possible squeeze higher. So I want to watch that one. You can make the same argument for CETX, not quite as strong, 15 million shares on Wednesday, couple down days, but it's finding buyers down in this area. And it did have good news on Wednesday, so we're going to keep our eyes on that one as well. NK had a really nice move from under $3 to almost $5, and now we're down and finally hit the 20-day on the daily on Friday. Pretty good setup for a turn back up here, potential turn back up. SPWH, really nice relative volume for this stock and a strong move, maybe a follow-through day. And, if it's not on Monday, we're certainly going to watch it all week. Anytime you have a nice breakout on high volume, you just want to keep that stock on watch for the next several days. Speaking of high relative volume, QHC had a really nice move. We're going to watch that, maybe a red to green, we'll see. Hertz, HTZ. I had this on Bounce Watch on Friday. Matter of fact, let me show you something here. There's a screenshot I took on Friday. You can see I made a nice chunk of change on it, and this is where I called it and got long right there. You had intraday resistance at like 948, decent volume coming in, and you had this little flag right here. So I called it long over 950. I think I said worst case stop probably about a dime. And I took the screenshot here. So you can see I'd already made my money after a 30-cent move, right? But it ended up going up much nicer. It ended up going up through 10. So if you watch the video on Thursday night, I talked about, I think value players are going to step into this thing one of these days. And this isn't a huge move, right? You've still got this huge, ugly down move and a nice volume day. And if it can hold above 10 on Monday morning, this one might have another upside wave to it. It's Hertz rental cars, and you can see how far this thing's fallen. Let me pan out a little bit more. So as far as, even back in September, the thing was $50, and now it was under 10 the last couple sessions. So this one could have a lot more left in that bounce. So I want to keep an eye on HTZ. And then lastly, I'm going to throw SGMO on watch, which had this huge move 2 days back, a really nice bounce. And I don't know. I don't love the action on Friday. These are 15-minute candles. There's Friday's open, and it came down, found support at 760, and kind of closed with a little volume and strong. So I do want to watch this. And the reason I like it, couple reasons. One, you had the gap up in a really strong 3-day move, but then two, I'll pan out here so you can see, on Thursday afternoon, this had a nice volume run from 740 to almost 8 in the course of, these are 15-minute candles, so in the course of about 30 minutes. As a day trader, you can make your whole week on a move like that if you happen to catch it at the right time, with some decent size. That's a really nice percentage move. And so since then, it's kind of, maybe you could call Friday a day of rest or whatever, but I think this is worth watching. This one might try to, especially if you can get over Friday's high, over 805. This one might retest the recent highs of 860. So we want to keep our eyes on that one. We're going to also add some pre-market gappers to our list of potential gap and go plays. Plus the stocks you see here, hopefully will get you a really nice day on Monday. All right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see everybody on Monday.